All right.
Okay, thank you, Larry. Good evening. I'm calling to order the special meeting of the Land Use and Building Management Committee at 6:10 on August 23rd. With us tonight, we have Nicole Ayers and Jim Freyer and myself, Barbara Smith. At this time, we do not have a quorum, but we do expect our council member, Greg Burnett, to join us. And so we will hopefully see him here. If not, if he does not make it, I do have the authority to move our item forward if he does not make it. So we have moving on with the agenda. We don't have any minutes of the previous meeting. We'll take care of that at our regular meeting in September. Do we have anyone signed up for public participation? I do see one.
Yeah, we do.
All right, Alex Knopp, do you want to move him over?
Sure.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us, and
Thank you.
go ahead, Alex.
Good. Thank you, Barbara. I'm here tonight to speak in favor of the proposal to acquire the parking area behind the Norwalk Library by eminent domain. This is necessary because the other solutions are either inadequate or temporary. The Yankee Doodle garage is too far away. The parking spaces from 3 Belden, the former redevelopment and First District property, will be used for library expansion or are on the wrong side of a wire fence. And the Eagles parking is both far away and of questionable legal status. So the only real solution is to acquire the parking lot behind the library that is part of 11 Belden. We've been successful the last 6 years to reach an agreement with the property owner to lease that. And going forward, unless subsequent negotiations are successful, the only way to acquire it will be by eminent domain. And I think the public purpose here is so important that it's worth taking the serious step of eminent domain. The library needs adjacent, accessible parking because many of our patrons are senior citizens, people with disabilities, families with young children and strollers, and others who need that close parking. So speaking as an individual library patron, not as a representative of the board, I spent an awful lot of the last 7 years working on this issue. We were successful initially. We got 6 years of parking, and now we have to solve the problem permanently going forward. And I think the proposal before you tonight, unfortunately, is the last best way to accomplish it unless subsequent negotiations are successful. So thank you for letting me address you. I appreciate the support of the council and the mayor over these years for the library. The Norwalk Library is one of the few municipal libraries in Fairfield County. Most of the others are libraries that are operated by nonprofit entities, funded privately for construction with some municipal money. But the Norwalk Library is a municipal agency, and therefore we rely on the mayor and the council and the other city agencies to support us. And I greatly appreciate your positive vote tonight if you conclude that's the right thing to do. And I'm glad to answer any questions. If not, thank you for letting me address the Land Use Committee.
Thank you very much for your comments, our former mayor, Alex Knopp. Is there anyone else who would like to speak tonight?
If you'd like to speak, please raise your hand electronically now, and I will unmute you. I do not see anyone else.
Okay, seeing none, I will I will close public participation and move on to old business, of which there is none, nor do we have new business. What we're doing tonight is amending a previously approved resolution to add some specific language around the purposes, the specific purposes of these, the property uses. So I will move on. Item A, review proposed land acquisitions relating to the South Norwalk School and Belden Main main library projects and refer the recommendations to the Common Council and other city entities for action. 1A, authorization. The city of Norwalk is hereby authorized to purchase, acquire, and/or take the properties listed below, and further that the mayor, Harry W. Rilling, or his designee, is authorized to execute and deliver any and all agreements, documents, and other instruments necessary to purchase, acquire, and/or take such properties. Account is pending assignment and approval of an account number by the Finance Department at its September, I believe that date, there's going to be a special meeting. So I'm going to make an amendment there of September 7th. Finance and Claims Committee. Item 128 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 232 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 336 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 438 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space for the South Norwalk School. 516 Meadow Street Extension, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 6, a portion of real property identified as portion of parcel A to be deeded to the city of Norwalk, area equals 44,338 square feet, 1.01786 acres, and portion of lots 8 and 9 to be deeded to the city of Norwalk, area equals 4,426 square feet. Plus, and that's 0.010161 acres on and as shown in a certain map entitled Boundary Survey, Parcel A and lots 8 and 9. Scale 1 inch equals 30 feet, dated July 27, 2023, prepared by Langen, Connecticut, Inc., on file in Building Management Department of the City of Norwalk to provide for right-of-way improvements, including removing existing sightline obstruction by the modification of travel lane and reconfiguration of the intersection of the South Main Street, Meadow Street, Wilson Avenue, Meadow Street Extension, and other right-of-way improvements. 7, a portion of real property known as 11 Belden Avenue, Norwalk, identified as parcel X area, 11,227.63 square feet or 0.258 acres, to be conveyed to the city of Norwalk on and as shown in a certain map entitled Map of Property 587 LLC, showing land to be conveyed to the city of Norwalk, number 11 Belden Avenue, Norwalk, Connecticut. Scale 1 inch equals 20 feet, dated July 19th, 2023, prepared by Advanced Surveying Land Surveyors, on file in Building Management Department of the City of Norwalk for expansion of the Norwalk Library located at 1 Belden Avenue, including expansion of the existing footprint of the library, additional parking, and/or other ancillary facilities servicing the library. 1B, authorization. Proceed with funding process, including special capital appropriation process as necessary for the acquisition of properties herein referenced. 1C, referral, Connecticut General Statutes 8-24, referral for a Municipal Planning Commission report on the city's purchase, acquisition, and/or taking of the properties listed below. 128 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 232 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 336 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 438 Oxford Street, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 516 Meadow Street Extension, Norwalk, Connecticut, to provide for enhanced vehicular and student access, additional parking and recreational and open space area for the South Norwalk School. 6, a portion of real property identified as portion of parcel A to be deeded to the city of Norwalk area equals 44,338 square feet plus 1.01786 acres, and portions of lots 8 and 9 to be deeded to the city of Norwalk area equals 4,426 square feet plus 0.010161 acres on and as shown in a certain map entitled Boundary Survey Parcel A and lots 8 and 9, scale 1 inch equals 30 feet, dated July 27, 2023, prepared by Langen, Connecticut, Inc. on file in the Building Management Department of the City of Norwalk to provide for right-of-way improvements, including removing existing sightline obstruction by the modification of travel lane and reconfiguration of the intersection at the South Main Street, Meadow Street, Wilson Avenue, Meadow Street Extension, and other right-of-way improvements. And 7, a portion of real property known as 11 Belden Avenue, Norwalk, identified as parcel X, area 11,227.63 square feet or 0.258 acres, to be conveyed to the city of Norwalk on and as shown in a certain map entitled Map of Property 587, LLC, showing land to be conveyed to City of Norwalk, number 11 Dalton Avenue, Norwalk, Connecticut. Scale 1 inch equals 20 feet, dated July 19, 2023, prepared by Advanced Surveying Land Surveyors on file in Building Management Department of the City of Norwalk for expansion of the Norwalk Library located at 1 Belden Avenue, including expansion of the existing footprint of the library, additional parking, and other ancillary facilities serving the library. And I will not ask for a motion because we do not have a quorum. Mr. Burnett was not able to join us. So one, I do want to thank Councilmember Freyer and Councilmember Ayers for your time for being here tonight. And so what I will do is I will move this forward to the Planning and Zoning Commission, who meets on September 6th. It will then move to the Finance Committee on their September 7th meeting, and we'll make sure that that typo is fixed before this on the date for the finance meeting before this moves on, and then it will come to the Common Council for a final vote, assuming it proceeds through those processes to our September 12th meeting. And does anyone have any questions before we adjourn?
No, Chairman Smith, I just wanted to thank everyone for attending this meeting tonight. And giving it the time on such a nice evening.
Okay, well, I do notice just in the nick of time. Council President, Council Member Greg Burnett has joined us. Council Member Burnett, I know that you have read this and you were not here for the beginning of the meeting, but I want to know if you're comfortable voting tonight. Are we there?
He's up.
Greg, are you there?
Greg, you're on mute.
You're on mute if you're trying to talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Very good. As you mentioned, Chairman Smith, I did have an opportunity to review the document prior to the meeting, and I am comfortable with voting at this point.
Excellent. Okay, so then in that case, I do need to call for a motion. So would someone like to move the item, please? Okay. Councilmember Freyer moves the item, and I will now call for a vote. Please raise your hand if you are in favor. All in favor, please raise your hand.
Aye.
Ms. Ayers? All right, she may be having connection problems, but I'm going to go with, we have 3 votes. So all members, with 4 members present, we can move this forward. So thank you. I'm very glad that you made it in the nick of time, Councilmember Burnett, and I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a good evening, everyone.
Okay, good night.
Good evening.
Thank you.